And welcome back to the final early morning Sunday show. The show where we say the plural of vinyl is vinyl for whatever stupid reason that is, which I really don't get because why can't it be vinyls? Why can't there be an S? Sheep, okay, I get, sheep. If you have sheep, they're single or it's, plural. Deer's the same way. Deers, you don't have deers. You have it's either single or plural. Maybe that's a double E thing. But vinyl has no reason. It ends in an L. Why can't you put an S at the end of L? Who came up with that? I mean, who really decided that, you know, plural, no, don't add the S. It's just too confusing. Just if it's one or if it's 1,000, it's vinyl. Yeah, the decisions that are made some point in life, I guess maybe whoever came up with the word just goes, listen, this is what we're calling this. Here's what it is. This round black thing. We're calling it a vinyl record. But we're not going to, you can't put an S on the end. If you have 10 of these, it's still vinyl record or records, I guess. Maybe that's why we it should be on the S on the records. So yeah, okay, yeah, that must be it. It's just as we're lazy asses, we don't want to add records to the end of it, so we just say vinyl. Yeah, that's all my vinyl. Instead of saying that's all my vinyl records. Okay, it's our fault. We're a bunch of lazy asses. Cheers to you. Oh, that was long-winded. Okay. So the final show, at least here. Yeah, now generally there might be something back there you can look at as I'm talking, and I was like, oh, God, there's nothing to do. I have to listen or something. Wow, oh, bummer, dude. But yeah, we move Wednesday, Thursday. It might all be in one day, which we're hoping it'll be done in one day and completed. I mean, this has been my concentration. I got to get the kitchen totally packed up. My wife's been hitting other things, clothing, which again, we're so short on clothing spaces. We have all these years. And pull some more. I mean, I ditched a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm gonna have to decide on some other stuff and say, nah, can't come with anymore. I got a bunch of Hawaiian shirts. When I used to work in Hawaii, you had to have Hawaiian shirts because suits, you don't wear suits in Hawaii unless you're a banker, which is it's the God honest truth. So I said, no, you gotta get Hawaiian shirts. They told me, okay. So I got a bunch of them, but I'm not wearing, it's almost always t-shirts. I'm a pool guy. We wear t-shirts or the long sleeve pool shirts. So excited to be done because it's oh God, I'm not getting to sleep or anything. Just need to be able to kind of calm things down back and everything. Got my crew going, started, brought in 11 new people for cleaning pools. Really like this group. I'm sure a lot of them will disappoint me and not show up. Problem is, I overhired by 3, lost one already, never showed up. Afterwards, typed, well, I had a flat tire, and yeah, well, I knew the one day, but it didn't come the second day. Well, he finally in the afternoon says, yeah, it hadn't got fixed yet. Well, I already fired you. So, sorry, que sera, dude. But, the other ones, I like the crew. So I hope they'll stick around. I mean, there's a rock musician, there's a comedian, there's another guy that does stand up too that knew that comedian, and there's a couple in the audience go, I know you. Oh yeah, I've been at your show and stuff. So it was fun. And one guy speaks Spanish, and so we're actually talking back and forth in Spanish some. So that good time. But let's do some music now, okay? Because that's what we're here for. And I gotta go pack up a kitchen and that kind of crap. Actually, I got to buy an IKEA cabinet. I can get an IKEA cabinet in there. I'm squeezing it all in. It's going to work. So, but besides that, we got this new album here. Brand new, Magic Castles, Realized. Wow, look at that. That's kind of fancy. Wait till you see this, though. You haven't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. Bum, bum. Is there a card? This is a Fuzz Club Record of the Month, so I keep forgetting to show these. Go ahead, get a download code. Hey, you, whoever's first to get that will get this wonderful download, and I think you'll be happy with it. I like this album. So, the vinyl, look at that. Wowzers, huh? Yeah, that was probably one of the greatest things they've decided to really, this is go all out with colored vinyl, because that's a shiny object, and we love shiny objects, many collectors. There's some collectors just want black. That's all they want. Guys, you're kind of boring, Yeah. So realize this group is out of Minneapolis, formed in 2006, and have put out 6 albums so far. The music, kind of hazy guitars, pastoral neo-psych. Isn't that a fun way to describe it? That's how Fuzz Club said. Pastoral neo-psych. Go with it. Just go with it. Jason was Edmonds is the main person of this, and he did these home recordings back 2006 and really liked them. Some other people liked them, so he decided to form a band, which he did. And this is now his 6th album. Realize came out this year. Realize has dreamlike melodies, kind of wrapped in a shoegaze haze. Good way to call it. Folk psych feel, I think, might also be a great way. There's a lot of strings on here, like on songs like, what was it, Abandoned Mansions, had some beautiful string work happening. Hey, you always try to remember what's with some of this, right? Hey, all right. Yeah, the very first song, Hey, all right. That was the one. Almost a Spaceman Type 3 vibe, quieter Spaceman Type 3 vibe, which I'm a big fan of. Get Me Waiting was a song that kind of stood out. It was more like American garage rock from the 60s with psych shoegaze added in, kind of a mixture. Summertime Fingertips was a pretty cool sounding song. It was had these spacey vocals, great groove happening with it. This was a very enjoyable album. I really like this. This is probably one of my more favorite Fuzz Club albums I've gotten this year. It just the kind of again, quieter psych happening, but shoegazy. Yeah, very, very nice. Good stuff. Magic Castles, Realized. It's just fun to find new albums that come out. Just to hear this kind of music. I've missed the first 5. I don't need the catalog, but I do like it. So that means let's look at a Record Store Day album, because there's still a pile to look at. And we have here Tom Petty Live. Something I originally wasn't going to buy, but I did, because this was an early concert, I believe from 78. And we have, oh my God, it's another inner sleeve that has pictures. I knew that all my bitching about inner sleeves and crap from Record Store Day would eventually catch someone's ears. I'm sure that was me. Vinyl is fancy dancy. So very nice vinyl. This looks like a lot of my albums from the flood, except there's no printing on them. I could add pictures to them. So it's made to be a bootleg, looked like a bootleg, but it is a live concert from '78 out of Boston. They recorded Boston. They do a lot of great covers on here. Fought the Law, Get Your Kicks off Route 66. I'm a King Bee. They do Shout. They actually don't do too many Tom Petty songs, honestly. And when you look at this, Don't Bring Me Down. But he does do intros, and then You're Going to Get It, Breakdown, and Too Much Ain't Enough. That's really about it. That's all covers. So if you buy this or you're thinking about buying it because you want to hear a lot of Tom Petty songs done by him early on, you might be slightly disappointed. But if you enjoy covers, it's pretty good. I like covers. I think covers are fun. So yeah, that's good. Sounded great. Sound very good to my ears. So what else? It sounds great to my ears. Well, that isn't necessarily the highest mark of excellence for hearing something. I just can't guarantee how good my ears are. I got one good one, one bad one. The next one, I didn't have this. I actually had almost nothing from the Temptations. I used to have a variety of Temptation albums. I had this Motown box set, came like in a little house, really kind of cool. I like Motown singles. Okay, for the most part, I don't need Motown albums, but there are a few albums, and this is one I decided that I wanted to have. Here we have it. Look at them. Cool. That's called a gondola, that railroad car, just for you, those of you that may not know your railroad stuff. That's to help you out. And the vinyl, it's just a MoFi black. Do I really want to show it? I don't think I do. Then I got to shove it back in there, right? And I mean, there's nothing else in there. So Cloud9, Temptations, out of Detroit, of course, formed in '61. This is just a group of 5 male vocalists and dancers. They could sing, they could dance, and they could do it at the same time, which is the key. There is that test, walk and talk at the same time. If you can't do it, you can't be a Temptation. Out of that group came Eddie Kendricks and David Ruffin, but they had already left by the time this album came out. Through their career, they had 4 #1 Billboards singles and 14 #1 R&B singles. So they were quite prolific. This album, Cloud9, actually went to #4 on the Billboard charts, so it did really, really good. What makes this album important is really it pioneered psychedelic soul, kind of created it, brought it to the masses, and got people excited. I think this was done in '68, if I remember. '69, okay. So '69, obviously that was the year things were changing so much within the music world, and Cloud9 was a part of it. It won a Grammy. Final, Richie, I apologize for that. I know this just went right off your list. There's a Grammy, you ain't going to buy it. But you may have it because this is a very good album. And it was produced by Norman Whitfield, which was important. They had the new lead singer on here was Dennis Edwards. He was that. This is gritty, psychedelic funk with kind of raw, socially conscious lyrics and some really innovative tracks. Side 1 is Psych Soul. Side 2, Regular Temptations. So Norman Whitfield, he really wanted to shake things up with the Temptations. They were kind of getting a little bit stale on that. What can we do to get things going? Barry Gordon, he wasn't interested in that. He had his formula. He had the formula, but Motown's struggling. Okay, the early 60s was great for Motown. Then came rock. Then came real rock, guitars, everything. Beatles, we kept changing. And Motown was getting left behind. Sly was coming out. And so, and there was just so much going on. Vietnam War. There was the protests. There was the killings. Martin Luther King. But Motown didn't want to talk. Berry Gordy did not want to rock his white audience. Keep it nice. Keep it just, about love and stuff like that. And Whitfield argued and argued, no, we have to do something. And a lot of these other artists, Stevie Wonder wanted to do more. Marvin Gaye wanted to do more. People wanted to say something. With this album, they did. And really, this changed Berry Gordy's mind because it did really well. If this album had sank, you might never have heard, What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. You may never heard the political Stevie Wonder if this album had sank. So important. Now, the one problem with this album, I bought MoFi, is okay, I thought that'd be a great sounding album, and it is, by my ears. It's 45 RPM, and it's a Motown album, which means, oh gosh, I got 2 tracks on this side, or oh, jeepers, I got 3. Motown songs are not known for really going past 3 minutes. They're singles. So you gotta frickin' change. It doesn't last very long on any of the sides. It sounds great, but you gotta just keep flipping them. So, but this album is generally beat up. It's scratched up, whatever. So I got this way. Why buy that cheap when I could spend more? And it did. It sounded really good. I like it. I'm just not happy about the 45. But side 1 is their masterpiece. It's an absolute masterpiece. On there with Cloud 9. I heard it through the grapevine. Runaway Child, Running Wild. That actually is a long song. It took up one whole side, probably about 5-6 minutes. So, but then we get into more of the Temptation thing. So, great stuff. From Detroit, let's go over to Brazil. Os Mutantes. Os Mutantes. We're going to work on Portuguese. This is one of those. So we got to flip like that. But now to flip like that, then your record comes out. Oh, the things we go through. We got a paper sleeve of 0 interest to anybody. And we have that. Screaming down beyond light, sleeping on your mama. All they know for you, you're frightened and confused. But she's much too far away. She can't hear what you say. You had some fight around, people showing it, things like that. I've always thought about getting one of their albums, but I haven't. They're out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, formed in 66, broke up in 78, and reformed in 06. When this came out, I believe this was 4th album, or 5th. It'll come to me. They were a trio, just a trio. And they originally were called Os and OZ, so I'm just saying it's Os. 0 idea what it is. Brunos, which means the witches. And they're going on TV. And they say, well, maybe the witches is the best. So they changed it to Os Mutantes because that came from a book called Empire of Mutants. So Mutantes is mutants. Okay, we got that. Great. Gilberto Gil was a big influence to this band. He got them to do Tropicalia, which was a merging of psych rock with other types of music in Brazil. This is their 5th album. This came out in 72. And Jesus Cometos no País do Baratas. Now, I'm using more, it's Portuguese, I'm using more of a Spanish type pronunciation with it, so I'm just going to say it's right, all right? I can't like anything else. I feel more comfortable with that than trying to do French, though. The government hated this group. They despised them. Why? Because they tended to talk about things the government didn't want to hear. Basically about the government being, sucking, about the problems, social problems, everything that was going on. And so they really delayed this album and wanted it censored and everything. So, they had one song on here. It was Caballo Patriota and Caballo's hair. And so it was basically Hairy Patriot was the name of the song. Government didn't like that whatsoever. It was so they changed the name or whatever to they changed it to Ahora en vez do cabello nacer, and an hour of time, I think, with Harry Nasser. So, okay. I don't. But it finally did come out. And this is a mix of rock, funk, there's balladry in here, and jazz rock. So it's all kind of tossed in here, like, not knowing what they want to do. This second song on here, which now I got turned upside down, Vida de Cajoro. It's a ballad. It's the female singer is singing a song to her dog. She's singing a song to her dog about a love for a bitch. Female dog is like, what? At least that's what I read. You go, huh? All right. I didn't like the song either. So he's like, when I go, what the hell is that even about? That's the great thing about albums like this in different language. You don't even know what the hell they're talking about. You just, you're going with the music. It's about the music. So, okay. Very interesting album. Very diverse musically, shall we say. So, not bad. Moves us into, we got Heavy Connection here by the Ngozi family. This is Ngozi family's 7th album. Came out in 1978. And get this, the 7th album in 2 years that they put out. And has Chrissy Timbo on there. It does come with the standard now and again, just has the same booklet that they put out on every one of their albums. So I have quite a few of these booklets. This is a good Ngozi album. By now, 7th album, Ngozi was really learning to play his guitar. His first couple of albums, they're very, very simple guitar riffs because he really wasn't a good guitar player, but he was getting much better. This is full of high energy, with all that great psych, garage, rock, funk type feel. And of course, Zebby Timbo is on here too, hitting the drums, which is really good. I Shot Her here is a great song. It was like the 3rd song. Man, it just rocks hard. It just comes at you. And it has such a great groove happening. Zamrock has really good grooves. Their opener, Akazi, really gets the party going, gets it started. Exciting song. There is some great guitar solos happening on here. This is more gritty. The lyrics are darker. Things were changing in Zambia. I mean, again, in 2 years, this is his 7th album. Why? Because they're only playing Zambian music on the radio. So you want to keep getting onto the radio. You want to keep your name out there. You got to keep putting on. You got to make more music. Got to keep going. So they were, and so you had to be prolific, and most groups weren't. Ricky Liganga was, Ngozi was, Witch was, and a few others. They're pretty prolific on what they were putting out. This is they sing in English and in Zambianese. I'm just going to say that Zambia had multiple languages, so I can't tell you which one. good album. I said lyrics are changing; they're getting darker because they're kind of starting to buck the government now, and things are falling apart in Zambia also. So there's not a lot of great things to say about the government going on. So just I appreciate now and again releasing these different Zamrock albums. Yeah, it's really good. I got another one coming in I found was released. Got the Thompson Twins here. We'll blow through this. Formed in 77, broke up in 93. Very sad. New wave synth pop. And I hate it. I like this album. I like the singles. I hated the album because this hat absolutely bothers me. I think it's the stupidest fashion thing. I can't believe someone thought this hat is a great idea to wear. It's cool. Yeah, all the girls are going to want to do that. You know, all these ones that want to dress up like Madonna, screw Madonna when I can wear a hat like that. Nah, I never saw a girl wear that hat. Now, again, not out of the UK. Maybe in the UK that hat was super popular. Please let me know. But the Thompson Twins actually are not twins. Well, there's three of them. That's their first clue. One's African. UK, I don't know, but black and the two whites. So that also another clue, not twins. Those two aren't twins. It came from there. I guess there's a whole show over there called Adventures of Tintin. Adventures of Tintin, is that correct? And there was these bumbly detectives called Thompson and Thompson. There's just a P difference on there. So there we have it. From 82 to 86 was their peak period. They started as a 4-piece, then were a 7-piece band. And then all of a sudden, their manager says, man, let's just cut this thing down to 3 people. So they went to 4 of these people and they says, hey guys, guess what? We're going to let you keep you can keep your instrument and your equipment. Here's 500 pounds. Get lost. Never use the name Thompson Twins. And they took it and they left. So obviously they didn't think anything was going to happen. But from 82 to 86, they had a lot of success. And this album was their 4th album, Into the Gap, which had Hold Me Now, oh, and Doctor, Doctor. And there was another one that was fairly good on here. I think the Gap did well. Vinyl, black, or his stuff. It's blank on that side. Hey, that was really cool, Steve. Thanks for showing that. Doc, Hold Me Now was the single went to number 4 in the UK, number 3 in the US. I believe this might have hit number 1 position, Into the Gap. But they did do a total of 8 LPs. In 93, they broke up and they formed a new group called Babel, which was a dub-based kind of dance band. So, yeah, whatever. So there we go. This guy, which I can't remember his name, he now tours as the Thompson Twins. So, good. I mean, it's a cheap album. It's for memories. It wasn't like, my favorite, but I do like, their hits, which are on my phone. Stay with me. Let loving start. Let loving start. You say I'm a dreamer. We're 2 of a kind. Both of us searching for some perfect world we know we'll never find. So perhaps I should leave here. Yeah. What we got for this week. Thank you so much for hanging out. Check out the podcast. Two guys talking about records this week. We are talking kind of about the move, about purging, where the purge ended up at. So should be a great broadcast. Please check it out on the Believe Network, BLEAV, Spotify, iHeart, Apple, and YouTube at Radio Wasteland Records. Where that's my whole Jim Gleason, my other partner in crimes there. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week. Bye.